In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord delivered Jehoiakim king of Judah into his hand. Among these were some from Judah: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning. The king assigned them a daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. But Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine. "Please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink." And at the end of the 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any of the young men who ate the royal food. In the 2nd year of his reign, Nebuchadnezzar had dreams. His mind was troubled, and he could not sleep. No wise man could explain it. Then the mystery was revealed to Daniel in a vision. He praised the God of heaven. "Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his." You looked, O king, and there before you stood a large statue, an enormous, dazzling statue, awesome in appearance. The head of gold, the chest and arms of silver. While you were watching, a rock was cut out, but not by human hands. It struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay and smashed them. King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold. The herald proclaimed, "Whoever does not fall down and worship will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace." Shadrach, Meshach, and Azariah replied, "The God we serve is able to deliver us from it." The king's fury grew, and he ordered the furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual. "Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." They saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their head singed. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Years later, King Belshazzar gave a great banquet. Suddenly the fingers of a human hand appeared and wrote on the plaster of the wall near the lampstand in the royal palace. This is the inscription that was written: "Mean, Tekel, Parson. God has numbered the days of your reign and brought it to an end. You have been weighed on the scales and found wanting." It pleased Darius to appoint 120 satraps. Daniel so distinguished himself that the satraps tried to find grounds for charges against him in his conduct of government affairs. Finally, these men said, "We will never find any basis for charges against this man Daniel unless it has something to do with the law of his God." They tricked the king into signing a decree. Now when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened toward Jerusalem. 3 times a day he got down on his knees and prayed. So the king gave the order, and they brought Daniel and threw him into the lion's den. The king said to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet ring. Then the king returned to his palace and spent the night without eating. At the first light of dawn, the king got up and hurried to the lion's den. When he came near the den, he called to Daniel in an anguished voice, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight." The king was overjoyed and gave orders to lift Daniel out of the den. And when Daniel was lifted from the den, no wound was found on him, because he had trusted in his God. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations and peoples of every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away. Go your way, Daniel, because the words are rolled up and sealed until the time of the end. But you will rest, and then at the end of the days you will rise to receive your allotted inheritance.